Good morning, students. Am I audible?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Today I am combining both the sections due to some reasons. Okay. I guess both the sections are at the same level. Any doubts in the previous class? Any doubts, ma'am? No doubts, I guess. Actually, section A, I haven't covered lesson 3, but I have given the assignment questions from lesson 2 of unit 1. Okay. And I have given some idea about how to solve the second question for section A. Students, do you have any doubt in that question? I will give you a clear idea in this class also. Okay. So this is the lesson 3. Is the screen visible? Vamshi? Hello? You are speaking, but your voice is not uh, audible. You please speak loud. Anyone? Vamshi? Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So we'll go directly. So this is a lesson 3. I have completed lesson 2. So in lesson 3, so we have learned 5 different non-flow closed system processes, like process. Okay, constant pressure, constant volume process, constant temperature process, and adiabatic process, polytropic process. Correct? I guess everyone is clear with these 5. Okay. My voice is clear now.
Yes, ma'am.
Mic
Yes, ma'am. It
problem.
is clear.
Now, is it clear? Clear now? Now it is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear now? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So in the lesson 3, we'll have first one is zeroth law of thermodynamics. So what is zeroth law of thermodynamics? There are 4 laws. Okay, zeroth law of thermodynamics, first law, second law, and third law. So what is zeroth law of thermodynamics? To understand this, so you need an example. This one, you see this example. So let us take three systems. Okay, 3 systems I have taken. So this one, C. You concentrate on C system. C system is in thermal equilibrium with system A. Okay, and C system is again in thermal equilibrium with the system B separately. Okay, so separately means there is a barrier between system A and system B. So this is a barrier between system A and B. So this barrier is a adiabatic wall. What is an adiabatic wall? Can anyone tell what is adiabatic wall? If I am putting adiabatic wall between A and B, what happens to the heat transfer between A and B? Is there any heat transfer between A and B? If I put adiabatic wall, what is an adiabatic wall? It is simply an insulator, right? Insulator means, is there any heat transfer between A and B?
No, ma'am.
Is there any heat transfer between A and B, ma? I guess your voice is not reaching me. You can message me in the chat box. Whenever I ask a question to you, you please message me in the chat box. Okay. So, is there any heat transfer between A and B? If I put adiabatic wall, you can say yes or no in the chat box. Okay, so I will continue. So there will be no heat transfer between system A and B if I put adiabatic wall, because adiabatic wall will not allow the heat transfer to travel, okay, from A to B. Okay, so but between A and C there is a diathermic wall. That means from the system C to the A, or system to A system to C system, there will be heat transfer. Similarly, there will be heat transfer between B and C. So what zeroth law explains here, if the system C is in thermal equilibrium with the system A and also with the system B, separate barrier between A and B, then you can say A and B will be in thermal equilibrium with each other. So what is actually thermal equilibrium? What is thermal equilibrium? So after certain time, both the systems A and B will reach the same temperature, correct? So both will reach the same temperature. So definition you can see here. When a body C is in thermal equilibrium with the body A and also separately with the body B, then A and B will be in thermal equilibrium with each other. So how can you relate with the practical example? So for the practical example, I am taking here thermometer. You can see here thermometer. Okay. If there is if any problem comes, you please message me in the chat box. Okay. So for that, I have taken a thermometer here. Okay. So this is a thermometer. So let us say thermometer is C. Okay. If you want to relate the temperature between temperature of object A and also between temperature of B. Let us find out the temperature of object A first. Okay, it is about 27 degrees centigrade. Okay, so this temperature is 27 degrees centigrade. After that, I have taken this thermometer and measure the temperature of this object, and it is same as the object A. Both the temperatures are same, but we have not connected these two. We have not put object A and object B one and a, okay. So object A and object B. So these are put separately. There is a separation between A and B, but still the temperature of both object A and object B are same. So that is the principle of zeroth law of thermodynamics. Got it? Everyone clear? Mohan, you are speaking. Okay. Okay. Clear, ma? Right. So next one, this is a zeroth law of thermodynamics. Vishnu, not clear? This one?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is not clear. Shall I continue or shall I explain once again?
Yes, madam.
Shall I explain once again?
Today you can explain.
Okay, okay. I'm
Yes,
explaining.
ma'am.
Okay, okay. I'm explaining. So let us say okay. So let us say this is a thermometer. Okay. C object is thermometer. Okay. So let us take this is water. It contains water. This is also contains water. Let us say it is at room temperature. Both are at room temperature. I am measuring, initially I am measuring the water temperature in this bowl A. I am getting 27 degrees centigrade. Okay. Similarly, I am measuring the temperature of B. I am getting same 27 degrees centigrade. Got it? Both are, we are getting both as 27 degrees centigrade by putting thermometer in separately in A and also in B. We are not combining A and B. Still we are getting same temperature. So how we are getting same temperature? Due to the thermometer. Initially thermometer is in equilibrium with A. Okay. The problem here it is where the thermal equilibrium is there. You consider, so this is the basic thing. One second. So initially C, let us say C is the thermometer. Okay. Thermometer is in equilibrium with A. Initially, got it? Got it, ma? Initially thermometer C
Yes, ma'am.
is in thermal equilibrium with water in bowl A. After that, what happened? I am taking out the thermometer. Okay, it is still reading 27 degrees centigrade. As soon as I put C in B, there is no change in temperature of thermometer. It is still remains 27 degrees centigrade. Okay, there is no change in temperature of thermometer after putting the thermometer in bowl B. Okay, that means initially C is in equilibrium with A and C is in equilibrium, thermal equilibrium with B. We can say both A and B are in thermal equilibrium. That means both A and B are at the same temperature. You can deduce the conclusion here. Whenever there is an equilibrium with within the three bodies, that means you can relate thermometer is in equilibrium with one body and also thermometer is in equilibrium with another body. both A and B are in thermal equilibrium. That means both A and B are at the same temperature. Now get it? How you
Yes,
can,
ma'am.
okay? So initially
Okay.
thermometer C is in, I'm measuring the temperature of bowl A with the thermometer C. I'm getting temperatures 27 degrees centigrade. After removing thermometer out of bowl A, I am immediately putting the thermometer in the bowl B. Okay, that contains water, but there is no change in temperature of the thermometer when I am putting in the bowl B. That means you can say A and B are in thermal equilibrium. So you cannot, so you can directly say A and B are in thermal equilibrium. So this is about zeroth law of thermodynamics. Any doubts? No doubts? So next comes concept of temperature. Okay, what is temperature? What is thermometer? We know already what is temperature. Okay, what is thermometer? What is okay? So these two terms you already know, but how you are relating in the practical scenario? Okay, how you are relating? So can anyone tell me what is temperature? How can you explain the temperature?
It is hotness, madam.
Uh,
Of this body.
hotness of the body.
Hotness.
Okay, suppose you are putting your hand on the steel rod, steel metal rod. So you will feel
Yes,
in
ma'am.
cold regions, you will feel some lesser temperature than your body. Okay, you will feel some less energy, less heat content. You have to say less heat content than your body. How you are sensing the temperature of your body with your hand? How you are relating heat content? No, if it is hot, that means if it is having more heat, then it is hot. If it is having less heat, then you can say it is cold. Okay, metal object depends on the weather conditions. It can be it can be felt hot and cold. Got it? Then what is thermometer? In the previous slide, so I have given thermometer here. This one is the thermometer. Okay, so how can you explain what is a thermometer? What is the purpose of thermometer?
The,
What is the purpose of
the
thermometer?
instrument which is measures
It is used to measure,
temperature.
right? It is used to measure the temperature. So if you want to measure the temperature, there should be one change property, change in property. If you are having change in property for an object, then only you can measure the temperature of that object. Suppose if you are increasing the temperature um, degree by degree, but the property of the object is not changing, then how can you measure the temperature? Is it possible? If the property of any property of the system is not changing, then is it possible to measure the temperature of that system? Is it possible to measure the temperature? Suppose by which substance you are measuring? Suppose let us say here thermometer is there. So what is there in the thermometer? What is the object in the thermometer? So this is a
Bulb.
thermometer. What is there inside? Mercury is there, now.
Bulb, ma'am.
Bulb is there, but what is there in the
Yes,
bulb?
ma'am. Mercury.
Mercury. So if there is no property, there
Yes,
is
ma'am.
no change in the property of mercury, can you measure the temperature of the object? So let us say this is the object. Okay. So it is at a temperature, let us say T degree centigrade. You are measuring the temperature by using thermometer. In the thermometer, mercury is there. So if you want to measure the temperature, there should be change in the property of mercury. Okay. If the properties of the mercury is
Yes,
not changing, then it is not possible. It is not possible to measure the temperature of the object. Correct? So we need a mercury. So you call this mercury as the thermometric substance. What is mercury? What is mercury in the thermometer?
Is
Thermometric substance. Wha- What is the role of
thermometric
thermometric
substance
substance? What is the role of thermometric substance?
to find the temperature.
Right. So to find the temperature, we need a thermometric substance. That thermometric substance can have the change in property due to the
Yes,
change
ma'am.
in temperature. If you are changing the temperature, there can be a change in property of the mercury. That mercury you can call it as a thermometric substance, in which you can say in which uh, arrangement you are filling that mercury. That arrangement you can say it as a thermometer. Okay. Thermometer is an arrangement. In that arrangement, you can have a thermometric substance. Okay. So what is the thermometric property? Here there is a thermometric property is there. What is thermometric property? You read it once. What is a thermometric property? You can relate with the thermometer itself. Okay. In this mercury is there. If you are increasing the temperature, what happens to mercury? Change in length will be there now.
Yes, ma'am.
So that change in length, you can call it as a thermometric property of the mercury. What is the thermometric property? Whichever
Changing.
property, right, whichever property that changes with the temperature, you can call it as a thermometric property. But in this case, what happens? Length changes. Length of the mercury changes. Correct now? Length of the
Yes, ma'am.
mercury increases or
Changes.
decreases.
Increase.
So this is the property. One of the property of the mercury is length of the length. So in we have filled the mercury in a glass tube. Okay, you can take volume, you can take length. Area is constant now. Area of the cross section is constant here. That's why I am taking only length, change in length. So volume is a property of the mercury. Volume is a property of the mercury. Volume is area into length. Here area is constant. Area of the glass tube is constant. Length is changing. So I am taking length as the property of the mercury. This length is changing. This length is changing. So this length you can take it as a thermometric property. What is thermometric property? That property which changes with the temperature, then
And
you can call it as a thermometric property. Got it now? Clear everyone?
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So I will ask you one by one. So I am taking thermometer here, an object which is at a T degree centigrade, and here the
Okay, ma'am.
length is L, change in length. Mercury is there inside. This is mercury. Okay.
Hmm.
You have to say first one. What is here? What is the thermometric property here? What
Thermometric property.
what is thermometric property in this example?
Change in length, ma'am.
Yes, change in length. This is a thermometric property. What is thermometric substance?
Mercury, ma'am.
Mercury, right.
Mercury.
So mercury is thermometric substance. Where is the thermometer?
T
This
T
tube now.
degrees.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So,
This device is the thermometer. Now clear everyone, I guess. Easy? Understood?
Yes. Yes,
Right.
ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
So there are different types of thermometers. You can see in the this one. Constant volume gas thermometer, constant pressure gas thermometer, electrical resistant thermometer, thermocouple, mercury in glass thermometer. Last one you know, mercury in glass thermometer. You
Yes, ma'am.
see, what is the thermometric property there? What is the thermometric property?
Length.
Length, L. So what is the symbol? Capital L. So if the length of the mercury changes, if the length of the mercury in the glass thermometer changes, then there is a change in temperature of the
Yes, sir.
object. Got it? So we will see now constant volume gas thermometer. So what is the thermometric property here? What is the thermometric property for constant volume gas thermometer?
Pressure.
Pressure. So
Pressure.
we can understand the change in temperature by change in pressure. If the pressure of the gas changes, then you can relate the change in pressure with the change in temperature. So we will see this one, first one in this class. So this one. So this is an arrangement for constant volume gas thermometer. Okay. So where is the gas? Here I have filled the gas in the bulb B. So this is the bulb. So by which instrument we are measuring the pressure? This is YouTube manometer. Have you studied this one?
Thermometer.
YouTube manometer in your inter classes, I guess.
Yes.
Okay. And this is a capillary tube.
Yes, ma'am.
Through this gas is coming to here. And this one is mercury. So this is mercury, right? Initially, what happens? The YouTube manometer and the mercury in the YouTube manometer are at the same level before connecting the gas. Okay, before connecting the gas. So you remove this one before, then the level will be at this one. Initial level is this one. After connecting, what happens? After connecting, due to the pressure in the bulb, it pushes the mercury in this direction, and the other limb, the mercury will rises. Due to the pressure in the gas in this bulb, mercury will go down and mercury here will go up. But here we need to adjust. We need to adjust this YouTube manometer so that initial mercury level will be here. We need to adjust this one, flexible YouTube manometer, so that the mercury will come here. So this is a lip L. So it should reach the mercury. Okay. So after putting this gas bulb, the mercury is forced to go down here, but we are adjusting this flexible YouTube manometer so that the mercury will reach here. After adjusting, adjusting, we still have the change in level for mercury. So you take that level as the Z to measure the pressure of that gas bulb. How you can measure? Rho Gz is equal to pressure. How can you measure pressure? P is equal to P naught plus rho G H. What is P naught? Atmospheric pressure. Okay. What is rho? Density of the mercury. What is G? Acceleration due to gravity. What is Z? The change in the mercury levels here. So after calculating this equation, you will get absolute pressure. This P is the absolute pressure. How can you say this P is the absolute pressure? Can you say gauge pressure or absolute pressure? Which one is correct? This P, this one. This P is it a absolute pressure? Is it a gauge pressure?
Absolute pressure.
Yes, correct. This is an absolute pressure. Why? Because here gauge pressure is there. Okay, gauge pressure, and we are adding extra pressure also. Okay, then you can say it is a absolute pressure. Whenever you are getting P naught, whenever you are getting absolute pressure, then it is compulsorily absolute pressure. Okay, so this is about the constant volume gas thermometer. I guess time is running out, so you please join me after 5 minutes. 5 minutes means at 12 o'clock you have to join. Okay, you please join at 12 o'clock. I will explain the problem. Okay, assignment problem. One problem I will explain. Some derivation is there. Okay, for A section people I have asked about the slope of isothermal curve, adiabatic curve, which is having more slope and which is not having more slope. Can anyone done that? Have you done that? Anyone? Have you done that problem? Anyone?
సాయంత్రం వచ్చేస్తా.
Students?
Ma'am.
Have you done that? A derivation which is having, which process is having more slope? Is it isothermal process having more slope? All right. Okay, this one I will explain. You please join after 10 minutes. At 12 o'clock we will join, rejoin, okay?